The world is watching a quiet transformation, one that isn't happening in New York, Beijing, or Tokyo. It's unfolding in a place many once underestimated. Today, that place, the Philippines, is building something extraordinary. A $10 billion project so ambitious that it could shift trade, technology, and power in all of Asia. Before we dive in, comment below where you're watching from, because this story connects everyone in ways most people don't yet realize. In the heart of Manila Bay, where the skyline touches the sea, cranes rise like steel trees. This isn't just another construction site. It's the new Manila International Airport and its surrounding economic zone, a $10 billion mega project that could redefine how Asia moves, trades, and connects. The project, led by San Miguel Corporation, is designed to rival the world's great aviation hubs, from Singapore's Changi to Dubai International. 4 runways, a capacity of 100 million passengers a year, and around it, an entire ecosystem of logistics, manufacturing, and smart city development. But here's what makes it more than just an airport. It's symbolic. For decades, travelers arriving in the Philippines faced outdated infrastructure, congestion, and delays. Now, this project signals something deeper, a nation ready to compete on a global scale. When completed, it will not only decongest Metro Manila, but also open new trade corridors across Southeast Asia, giving the Philippines what it never had before, a true gateway economy. The engine behind the dream. Every massive project begins with a bet, and this one is built on confidence in the Philippines' rising economy. Over the last decade, the country's GDP has grown faster than most of its neighbors. Investments have poured in from Japan, South Korea, and Singapore. And with over 110 million people, most under the age of 30, the Philippines has one of Asia's youngest, most tech-savvy workforces. San Miguel Corporation, one of the country's largest conglomerates, saw what many outsiders missed, that geography plus human capital, leverage. They envisioned a new airport not just for travel, but as the center of an aerotropolis, a city built around aviation and logistics. Factories, warehouses, hotels, and innovation hubs will surround the runways, turning Bulacan Province into a new economic powerhouse. Analysts say this could generate over 1 million jobs and contribute up to 9% of the national GDP once fully operational. That's not just infrastructure. That's nation building. If you look at a map, the Philippines sits like a hinge between the Pacific and the South China Sea, connecting Asia's biggest economies. It's a position that traders, colonizers, and superpowers have all understood for centuries. Now, this $10 billion project is turning geography into opportunity. Ships bring cargo through Manila's ports. Planes carry goods across Asia, and digital networks spread ideas faster than ever. This new airport, with its adjacent logistics zone, will link all three, trade, travel, and technology, in one integrated system. For companies moving goods between Japan, Singapore, Australia, and the US, the Philippines becomes the logical hub. It's closer than Hong Kong for Southeast Asia, cheaper than Singapore, and backed by an English-speaking, globally connected workforce. That combination, strategic location plus modern infrastructure, is exactly what foreign investors have been waiting for. And it's already working. Japanese banks, Korean construction firms, and European suppliers are all part of the consortium's financing and building different phases of the project. The result, not just a national project, but a regional collaboration. Of course, a $10 billion dream doesn't come without resistance. Critics questioned the environmental risks. The project sits near delicate coastal areas. Others doubted whether such a massive private-led development could succeed where government projects once stalled. But step by step, the work continued. Land reclamation, runway foundations, expressway links, flood control systems, all designed to withstand future climate pressures. Each delay was met not with retreat, but redesign. And that resilience mirrors something uniquely Filipino: the ability to keep building, even in uncertainty. While other countries slowed down during the pandemic, the Philippines used the pause to plan smarter, redesigning layouts, securing materials, and digitalizing supply chains. The world didn't notice it happening quietly, but now, the results are visible from the sky. Connecting a nation, not just a city. What makes this project transformational isn't just the infrastructure itself, but what it enables. Highways now link the new airport directly to northern and central Luzon, cutting travel time from Clark and Subic to Manila by hours. It connects to new rail lines under construction, the North-South Commuter Railway, also backed by Japan, turning what used to be a 4-hour journey into a 60-minute ride. This integration transforms how Filipinos move, live, and work. For the first time in history, multiple international gateways, Manila, Clark, Cebu, and Davao, will function together as part of one network. That's how developed countries operate. And now, the Philippines is entering that league. Beyond travel, it will boost regional trade. Fresh produce from Mindanao, electronics from Cavite, and garments from Pampanga can all reach global markets faster. That means more competitive exports, better income for local industries, and more jobs that stay within the country. The hidden ripple, a new regional order. Here's the bigger picture most people miss. This isn't just about airports and highways, it's about positioning. When Southeast Asia talks about the future of logistics, energy, or innovation, Manila now has a seat at the table. Japan and South Korea want reliable partners for their supply chains. The U.S. wants allies with connectivity. China wants trade access across the region. And the Philippines, through this project, becomes the neutral connector that everyone needs. That's why foreign delegations visit Bulacan not just to see construction, but to understand how this project could reshape regional movement. If executed right, it can shift some of the world's trade flow away from crowded hubs like Hong Kong toward a more distributed, Southeast Asia-centered system. And this time, the Philippines isn't watching from the sidelines. It's leading from the center. The economic chain reaction. Economists say that infrastructure doesn't just create jobs, it creates momentum. Once the airport is complete, surrounding land values are expected to multiply. New housing, schools, and healthcare centers will rise around the area. Every major highway, port, and railway connected to it strengthens the economy as a whole, increasing productivity and reducing logistics costs that once drained competitiveness. But the real value lies in confidence. For decades, foreign investors hesitated, unsure if the Philippines could deliver large-scale projects. Now the success of this airport sends one message across the world. It can. That credibility unlocks future projects, from energy corridors to tech parks and renewable grids. It's not just a single development. It's the foundation of an economic rebrand, a future built on connection. Infrastructure is easy to measure in steel and concrete, but its real power lies in the lives it changes. The young engineer overseeing the runway, the small business owner who can now export faster, the overseas worker who can finally return home through a world-class airport built by fellow Filipinos. That's what $10 billion really means. Not just development, but dignity. And beyond numbers, it's about narrative. For too long, stories about the Philippines focused on problems, poverty, traffic, corruption. But this project, and the vision behind it, flips the narrative. It says, we're not just catching up, we're designing the future. The broader dream.
San Miguel's chairman once said something profound. We're not just building an airport, we're building a better Philippines.
And that's exactly what this symbolizes. This isn't just an investment in infrastructure. It's an investment in identity. The identity of a country no longer defined by its challenges, but by its capability to overcome them. From investors to ordinary citizens, the message is the same. The Philippines is open, confident, and forward-looking. And as this project nears completion, its glow will reach far beyond Manila, across Asia and across history. The Philippines' $10 billion project isn't about showing off. It's about showing up. Showing up for growth, for connectivity, for its people. And in a century defined by how nations connect, not how they compete, this project marks the Philippines as a builder of bridges, literal and economic. So the next time you hear about Asia's rising powers, remember this story of a nation once overlooked, now building the very runways the world will use to take flight. Because this isn't just the Philippines catching up, it's the Philippines taking off.